Hello fellow YouTubers, welcome to YouTube Gaming Community. I'm your host Trouble835. So today we're going to dive into a little bit of the workings of YouTube here. Our first video we're going to start off with is the GunShop, more changes, the GunShop vlog. Because this is a great video to watch. I don't care if you're in this for the fun or you're in this to build something or whatever you're in it for. This is a great video to watch because it starts off showing you, talking about YouTube in the very early days. And then when Modern Warfare 2 hit, and that was a massive shift in YouTube, especially in the gaming side and the community in general. If you weren't around then, I mean, that was the time where basically, if you were making Modern Warfare 2 videos, you were getting attention. And a lot of people, quite frankly, made their career on YouTube off that single game and have basically, built fame off it until what YouTube is looking for today. And YouTube is looking for today is more of a show thing, and this is a great video to watch. He does a great job, more job describing than I do, because he makes a living off this. So, a great video to watch. But let's get into a little more. Very rare that I talk about the inner workings of a network, because xJawz, I Left Machinima 117-7 Domination video. It's not about that he left Machinima. The two things that are interesting in this video, number one, what he's looking for, which I think you will see more people who are successful on YouTube looking for, that are going with networks that will allow them or show them a way to make their videos better, and the things they don't know what to do. And the other thing about this video is basically about something that anybody who knows anybody inside a network knows, that networks are all about brand integration. First of all, branding your channel, branding what you do, making shows out of it or whatever, branding it so it sticks out. The other thing about it is about integrating the bigger YouTubes in your network with companies that want their products with them. And I've seen this on Twitter, Swag Gaming and other stuff, where a couple YouTubers have gotten basically product endorsements or free products from these guys because they got an audience on YouTube, and these networks, that's their job. I mean, to bring the company with the brand with their very popular directors, because they make money off it, and obviously the people who make the videos get free product, which who would say no to free, right? I mean, they say, hey, here's a free thing. Unless you're not going to use it. If it's gaming stuff, to be honest, or stuff to help you make videos, you're not going to say no. And this is more the basic backwards thing. And I know a lot of people will talk about how the networks ruined the community in some way. The truth of the matter is, networks have been around as long as YouTube started. Originally, networks' basic thing was they would put their videos on YouTube hoping that they would draw more people to the website. That was the point of putting your videos on YouTube at the time, before, obviously all the money came into it. And now it's obviously, whether it be IGN on down, a lot of these networks go out and they see people who are either growing popular in the community or are popular, and they want to bring them into the network because they have a base audience that may not be an audience they already have in their network. But what happened to some of these guys is they got so big, in some ways, their actual directors were actually cannibalizing their other directors. And early days, it was easy. I mean, you could afford to sign these crazy contracts, them paying these guys more than they probably should have, because they had, even the littlest guy was bringing in more than enough to across the board. And now, obviously, today, you're seeing networks have to, especially the really big ones, have to shrink because they extended themselves too far, because they are a business. And I think this is something people have to understand. A network is a business. They're in it to make money. They are not in it to do what's right for the gamer. They're not in it. I'm sure they would love to do what's right for the gamer. I'm sure they would love to do what's right for the people who make their content. But in the business world, in real life, it doesn't work that way. And the funniest thing is, they blame the networks for ruining the community. The truth of the matter is, people have allowed this to be this way. The way the community is, whatever way you like or not, the things you don't like about it is because people have gone and watched the content on those networks. If you didn't watch the content, then, or the things you don't like, then it wouldn't be the way it is. More than several times where people say, I don't like this network, I don't like what they're doing, but I watch these 5 or 6 channels on the network on it religiously. Well, if you don't like the network, then don't watch the video. But again, we're still very early in this YouTube thing, and there's still massive shifts left to happen. I think people don't seem to understand. In the gaming community itself, there's a lot of changes left to go before this thing kind of settles. You know, I don't think anybody expected the community and then the whole network aspect to blow up the way it did, for people to get big, for people to make a living off it. No one kind of expected this thing to happen the way it did, and there's still a lot of adjusting going on. A lot of things have to settle yet. So it's always interesting to hear a little what YouTube is looking for now, and, you know, changes that directors and other people are looking for. Also, I know Google just announced that they're changing to AdWord, which AdWord is basically the ads you see on Google and across the whole network, with the new enhanced version, which the current version really doesn't apply for tablets. It wasn't made for tablets and stuff like mobile, you know, mobile stuff. So the new one, which all AdWord accounts will have by the middle of this year, will allow the guys to do things like this. It'll allow a company to have two different ads. They could have one running on the tablet different than the one they have running on the PC. Or they could set an ad where anybody within 50 miles of the store on a tablet at 11 o'clock would see this ad of their sale. This makes a lot of changes to the whole advertising part of Google. And it's something you should be aware of and look up the changes to AdWord, because it affects you. No matter what version of what you do on YouTube, it does affect you, and you need to keep up with these things, because YouTube's changing fast, and you got to keep up with the changes. So, enough about that. Let's get into an update on the channel here, and it is HalfBlindGamer's update. Where are the new videos? Now, in this video, basically talks about, if you didn't know, HalfBlindGamer has had 3 transplant surgeries, you know, for his eye. Something I can never imagine. You know, someone who's always had, you know, glasses and pretty much full sight, I can never imagine what that's like. But his eyes been bothering him and stuff going on, so he explains why he has been making videos. So watch the video, you know. Also, go watch the video, because there was a live stream that happened for a thing he's doing that is not gaming related, that you may want to check out. Now let's get into a little fun thing that sometimes people do on YouTube. And these are fun things that not necessarily someone who's part of the community, but someone who makes a video game related video. And this is James Farr, and it is Super Mario Busters, a Ghostbusters / Super Mario mashup. This is not only is an awesomely well drawn cartoon, but it's just it's amazing how great it mix Ghostbusters and Super Mario Bros. You go, wow, that really fits the Ghostbuster movie, but yet that really fits the Mario character. It's really awesome. You should really check it out. Now let's get into a little more the more political here. And this is jferio's video game political. What part of my collection is too violent? And he sent me this video and didn't know whether it was appropriate for the community. What I like about this video, to be honest with you, is how he takes a basic retro, we're talking like Atari 2600 collection, and shows you, in a crazy world of politics, what could possibly be deemed too violent, and how much of that collection he would, in a world where they decided, you know how crazy they are, well, this isn't appropriate, that is appropriate, how much of his collection would be left. And there's not much. That's where this video is very effective, and I encourage you to watch it just to understand how sometimes crazy politics get over some of the silliest things, and it could affect you. Now the next one is an open tag, and this time again it's by unleadedlogic, and it is, what is your favorite or least favorite snow ice level in a video game? And I'm just going to go with my favorite, and it's quite simple. It is Super Mario 64. I don't know what it is about the snow levels in that game. Maybe sliding on the ice and the snow, whatever, but I absolutely love the snow levels in that game. So for me, it has to be that game. I know some people I'd say Super Mario Bros. 3, but no, it's actually Super Mario 64. My least favorite is simple. It's pretty much any old NES game that had snow in it. It just, I couldn't do it. I would get destroyed. So now let's get into a video with an announcement of someone in our community actually going to be on national TV. And that is PatTheNESPunk's Pen on Pawn Stars, Monday, February 11th at 10 p.m. Eastern /PST. So if you guys had watched the Captain 8-Bit had done a video earlier this year where they went to I know I'm going to say it wrong. That was MagFest or something. And they actually showed them going in, Pat and them going into Pawn Stars. If you want a snippet, you go to his channel and find the actual the video for it. But he will be on the Pawn Stars show, so watch out for it. It'd be kind of cool to see a YouTuber in our community on that show. Now, for those who like collections, check out keatonprincess Legend of Zelda Collection Tour. This is just a small but awesome collection, not only of games, but also of, you know, manga books and just a lot of stuff that most people, when they think, wow, I'm going to collect for Zelda, don't think of. It's a really cool collection just to see, you know, the artwork and stuff, a little artwork of the collection. It's really cool. You need to check it out. Now, this last video today is actually a fun what if video. And this is from Sega Next Gen 2012. Now, Sega Next Gen 2012's thing is basically his channel's goal is to be on YouTube until basically Sega makes another system. And obviously, for those who don't know the past, since the NES, this last generation was the first generation we did not have a Sega console. And a lot of people have been looking at a lot of things and like and projecting, you know, that Sega's working on something, another console, whatever. But this video is Dreamcast 2 possibly trailer. This is just a fun trailer to look at. This, I wouldn't take it as it's going to happen. It's just a fun little thing to say, wow, I wonder what it'd be like. I wonder what it'd be like if a Dreamcast 2 had a loading kind of like a PlayStation 3. Or, wow, those controllers on the Dreamcast look a little bit like an Xbox 360 controller. It's just a cool little well done, well polished ad of what if. Because, again, there's the odds of them actually coming out with the new console, I think, are very slim at this point. But so, guys, that is all the videos I have to talk today. Haven't been around the last couple of days due to the fact my son was sick home from school, but we had a lot of fun playing Minecraft together on the 360. So, because of that, you will have another community video tomorrow. So, guys, I will see you tomorrow night.